everybody, welcome back. I am Timothy M. Gadomski here at Ski Patrol Productions, and this week we are actually going to be talking about theater. So as some of you may know, I've been involved in theater since I was very young. All the way back in 4th grade I started. My friend Peter got me to do the school show, and I've done at least one every year since then. So I wanted to talk about that on this channel. And from 4th grade to my senior year in Greenport, I did a show each year. Each was a musical. And then my junior year, we did Macbeth with Northeast Stage on Long Island. And then I did a collaboration show my senior year with Greenport and Southfield High School. After that, I went to the University of New Haven, and I was in a handful of shows there. I also did stage crew on one show my senior year at UNH, and I believe I did stage crew on a show back in high school for the elementary in Greenport. Since then, some things have changed. During my junior year of university is when I wrote my first play, Indulgence, and that was premiered on March 24th of 2017, my senior year, my graduating year at UNH. I was able to get that on stage thanks to Jonathan Yukich and the theater club at the time. That was fantastic to be able to be a part of that and to cast and direct that and work with everybody there. I originally did not plan on directing it, but Jonathan thought it might be best if I did, and so it happened. I directed it, and luckily at the same time we were able to go to KCAC, which is Kennedy Center, and I was able to take a bunch of classes there for directing and acting through movement and acting through sound and working with new actors and all of that. So I was able to very much help myself and very much help my cast before Indulgence went on stage. Speaking of Indulgence, I guess I've got to call out the cast a little bit. So the cast were undergraduates from University of New Haven. Some have graduated now, but some are still going in their senior year or their junior and so forth. So we have Brian Gusky, who played the lead, Destiny LaPointe, Samantha Slaza, Zachary Fontanez, Amanda Cohen, Chrislyn Webster, Bria Lemon-Johnson, Gabby Goldman, Peppy Pepper LaVoh. That was the cast. And then for everybody else who assisted, Isabel Sleeman was my stage manager. Set was Gabby Goldman. Lights was Melissa Bannon, and soundboard was Matt Hodeluk. So let's see. I think the most difficult thing about Indulgence was twofold. One was getting the sound right. So thank you, Matt, very much for all the help that you gave me and all the work that we did together, because getting the sound was very imperative to that show. And working with the actors was the second most difficult thing, just due to the fact that I had never directed before, and due to the fact that a lot of the acting was taken out through movement. So there weren't verbal conversations, so we needed to have physicality be a huge part of it. Yeah, so Indulgence was great, and I'm very grateful to everybody who helped me get it on stage and everybody who was there with me on stage, producing-wise, helping-wise, and the actual actors. So huge props to them, and a thank you, of course. People ask me what made me start writing, and I don't really know. I can't tell you. Just one day I had the idea, and I started writing. It all just came to me, and I started writing it out, and started writing out stage directions and what was going to happen, what each character was going to do, and I figured the words would come to me, but they never did. And somewhere along the lines of writing that script, I found out I was going to be writing a relatively silent show. There are no spoken words in the show at all. All of the theatricality is through movement, lights, and sound. The lighting helps with the settings, and then the sound was able to show the audience the mental stability of the main character, which was played by Brian Gusky. So Indulgence was great, and I'm very grateful for it, and it's forever going to hold a spot in my heart, and hopefully someday I keep working on it and I can get it on stage somewhere else. So just to jump forward a little bit, I want to talk about some of the works that I've been doing since then. I've written a lot of scripts. Let me pull up my list just so I can make sure I tell you everything. I'll tell you the names of the shows first. So we have Indulgence, of course. After that was A Series of Arguments, and then Wolf v. Reading, and then The Misery Theater Guild, and then the two that I'm working on right now, which are The Harsh Reality of Dating a Poet and Harmony Lake. These are all scripts that I've written. I'm still working on the last two right now. And I'd just like to read you guys, if I could get it up here. I want to read you guys the little blurb that you might see on a poster or something like that. Tell you a little bit about each one of them. So Indulgence was the first one. So Indulgence is a play through sound and motion where the audience gets a look at the mental stability of a young man through his silent mind. It deals with his relationship with his family as well as the relationships that he has with his friends and his love interests. Number two is A Series of Arguments. Series of Arguments is a full-length play that follows Jonathan, a college student, through his daily struggles with gender dysphoria. The play uses slam poetry in lieu of musical numbers to help convey the turmoil in the protagonist's life. That one was very experimental in the fact that I use slam poetry as my means of conveying part of the story. That was a huge puzzle piece. I had everything laid out, I just had to get it in the right order. That one probably took me the longest to work on, after Indulgence, of course. And I hope that one day I can get that to go somewhere because I really love that show. The next one was Wolf v. Reading. Just like a court case, Wolf versus Reading. It's a 10-minute play adaptation of the classic fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood. The play tackles issues of race, gender, and loyalty in 2018. The main character, Travis Reading, has to deal with many of roadblocks, some of them set up by society and some of them set up by the antagonist, Daryl Wolf. Number three is The Misery Theater Guild. Misery Theater Guild is a tale dependent on fate that will make you distrust every scene you saw beforehand. It follows a few days of a newcomer playwright who has just learned the most authentic guild of playwrights he knows has committed mass suicide. Trying to unravel the truth, he finds himself intertwined in their original fate. That one's a very interesting one, a little bit more gloomy and gritty than some of the others. But that is also a very interesting show that'll get you to think a lot and psychologically wonder about how things are. And then the last one that I'm still very much working on to this day is Harmony Lake. Harmony Lake is a play that takes a tragic angle to the family vacation. This psychological story surrounds a family trip to northern Pennsylvania that will force the audience to question their own reality and wonder if what we are seeing is really true at all. So that is Harmony Lake. Those are all the plays that I've been doing so far. And of course there's the novella Mila and the Titan, which I spoke about in the previous video. It's very interesting to be able to get these things onto paper and be sharing them and get peer review from a lot of people my age and people who are well more advanced and experienced in theater who've been doing this for decades. It's great to hear back from them, and if any of you guys are interested, maybe somebody out there wants to read something, you can contact me and we can work something out. These shows I've always tried to pick out of my life to put onto stage what I think needs to be said. And so through these stories, I'm able to tell that they're all fiction, but some of them lie deeper in true reality than others. Something that's always been very important to me is getting my story out and getting out the stories of these characters that I found. And that's something that I'm always trying to do. So that's the list. Those are all the plays that I've been working on. Something that I want to do before the end of October. We're just the beginning right now, but before the end of October, I have a very special project that I've started working on recently, and hopefully I'll be able to post it here on YouTube in the next 2 weeks. I want to create a video reading of Harmony Lake. I've spoken to some of my actor friends and some of my writer friends, and we're thinking of the best way to do it, but I'm trying to get that out to you guys, so we're going to work on that. So for the next video, I want you guys to send me a message on here, comment or something, email me at skipatrolproductions@gmail.com. Send me something that you want me to talk about. If it's one of these shows that I just named, or about Mail on the Titan, send me some questions and I'll answer them in the next video for you guys. In the meantime, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a share, everything. Yeah, go ahead, share this video on Facebook or anywhere else that you can share it. That's greatly appreciated. So until next time, I'll keep working on that project every day, and hopefully you guys will see it soon. So thanks. Bye.